Hey guys, it's John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur, and you're tuned into IFYL Inspirations for Your Life. Sorry if my voice is a little bit raspy today. I had a lot of casts the other day. I think I had like 4 hours, so I did a lot of talking. So this is better because I couldn't even talk before. So I'm thankful that I'm here with you guys, and I really want to say thank you to everyone because we have reached another milestone, a mini milestone, I should say. And that mini milestone, yes, is more downloads. We're not at our 100,000 yet, but we did crack the 50,000 and we're at 66,000 and going. So we'll be at that 100,000 by no time. So I want to thank you for being here, whether you're here at 9 p.m. at night, 9 a.m. in the morning, 3 a.m., 3 p.m., 12 noon, 12 midnight. Really appreciate you being here. You know, we start on Saturday with a brand new master topic. We roll all the way through the week and we finish up on a Friday. And if you didn't catch our last show with Daniel Packard, you definitely want to check that out. You can visit believemeachieve.com and go to IFYL. He gave us some really valuable advice about how to overcome anxiety. You're not going to want to miss that show if you didn't see it. And I just want to thank you for being here and making the choice to have Inspiration for Your Life be part of your life. We have some great guests coming up. We have another great guest. We have Nico Allegan coming up. Actually, he'll be coming up actually the mid of this next week. He's coming up. It's actually Thursday. He'll be coming up, Nico Allegan. And he'll be talking to us about an interesting topic, but we'll get to that in just a second because, you know, all my guests are based around the master topic, and then we have a subtopic. So you guys know who I am by now. I'm John C. Morley. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I am a podcast host and also a podcast coach, and I love creating amazing content. So let's get right into the show, shall we? All right. Success is not a laundry list, but feelings that lead to actions. We're in Series 2, means we're in the second year, Show 49, episode number 1. So I say this to you because a lot of people think that they can just, you know, open up a textbook and or a magazine and they can just get success by reading. And that's not how success works. Yes, you can get some insights, but that's not going to make you successful just looking at one book or one magazine. Success is a culmination of things, which we're going to talk about over this week. So first thing I want to talk to you about is the fact that if you've heard success is just this list, and then you try to figure out, you know, why you're not successful. Well, because you're trying to fit into somebody else's mold and you're not doing success for you. So let's talk about two important things. First thing I want to talk about is commitment. All right. Commitment is key, or I should say commitment is king, right? Power of unwavering dedication and commitment on the road to success is very important. You know, I will tell you that a cornerstone in my life has been commitment. Commitment from my podcast to commitment to my businesses, commitment to my promises in life, and realizing that, you know, they're on their way. Even if they're not all here yet, they're on their way, and I'm grateful for that. So commitment. And so commitment is things like, you know, I went from 250 pounds down to 165. So that's commitment. Commitment staying healthy. Commitments to making sure that I'm producing high quality content that doesn't sell but inspires and educates people. See, that's a commitment. I'm also committed to bringing you great guests. Guests that are not about sales, guests that are about delivering the truth from their heart, from their core. So there's a lot that happens when we think about commitment, right? Commitment for me is the fact that you just keep on keeping on. And I want to share an interesting story. So there was a time in my life, it's probably about maybe about 5 years ago, roughly. And I was hitting some roadblocks with, let's say, an elected official. And he was older than me, and I was always being courteous and polite. But the person was always putting me down. And, you know, part of me wanted to just like go home, pack up my bags, and say enough's enough. But then I realized that I need to bring it, right? If you ever played a football game, or maybe you've been in sports, or you've competed academically, you have to bring it. If you don't bring your A game, someone else will be, and they'll be the new person. Like I always say, that you are only as best as your last show. And the reason I say that is that you have to believe. You see, when you believe that you are all that, everyone else just accepts it. Okay. The people that have challenges in life are the ones that just believe that, oh, I can't do this, or I'm having a problem, or I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. And they're wondering why. And the reason it's like that is that they've already accepted defeat. So when you commit for success, when you commit to achieve your promises in life, when you commit to make it happen no matter what, that could be getting up early in the morning, that could be making social sacrifices, right? It could be a lot of things. And many people around you might be saying, hey, you're crazy, you're nuts. Well, that's fine. Your life is your life, and you can't let other people tell you how to run it. Of course, they can give you advice, but if they don't understand your premise, or they don't understand what's driving you, then usually they're trying to tell you something because they're jealous or envious that you're going to get somewhere. And this was the case in my situation. So this elected official said to me, John, well, I'll get all the details. When are you going to give up? I said, excuse me? When are you going to give up? When are you going to give up all this nonsense and just quit? So I sat back in his chair. I took a moment. I closed my eyes. He said, what are you doing? I said, sir, I don't want to lie to you. I want to give you the exact year, the exact month, the exact day, hour, minute, and second. I'm officially going to give up. I'm almost there. Hang on. Oh, I open my eyes. I get on the edge of the chair, and I said, sir, I'm going to give up. And he's like ready to hear this. When a little baby boy or a little baby girl tells their parents they don't want to learn to walk anymore, it gives me all these like funny like faces. And you never talk. You let them talk first, because whoever talks first loses. He says, what, when the heck is that? I said, let me ask you a question. I said, you have two kids, right? You have a girl that's just finished college, and you have a boy that's just entering as a freshman. Am I correct? Yes. Let me ask you another question. Do both of them walk? Of course they walk. Okay. Let me ask you something else, sir. When did either your daughter or your son tell you they don't want to learn to walk anymore when they were younger? Making more funny faces. He's like, never. I said, sir, I always knew that you were a smart and intelligent man. And I also knew that today, when I asked you that question, that precisely the first time I asked it, you would give the correct answer. Never. That's when I'm going to give up. He said to me, John, you're blank and blank and arrogant. Get the blank out of my office. I said, sir, with pleasure. I said, I never really needed you. I was coming here with an olive branch in the hopes that we could work together. So I know we'll still be cordial, because that's the colloquial thing to do. And I just ask you not to play any games or to talk about me behind my back, because that wouldn't be cool. And also that could get you into trouble. So I appreciate you, keeping this cordial while you're still in office. And he had told me he's going to stay in office for a long time. And about 6 months later, if it was me or other people, they burned him out. And I saw this email come through. Excuse me. And the email said, basically, and I couldn't believe my eyes, he was stepping down. I was like, wow, they must have really got him good. Like he had enough. They like wore him down. And a very good friend of mine was running for office. And guess what? He got in as mayor. And so the thing I want to tell you is that sometimes people don't necessarily want to help you because they feel that they're going to lose limelight. But the truth of the matter is that's actually what I want to call a funny money type of thing. When you're helping each other, okay, who cares about who's in the light or not in the light? We're all helping. We're working together. We're working for a common cause. This gentleman's always complimenting me, telling me I'm doing always the best and all these things. And he's always supportive of me. See, that's a friend. And that's someone who's looking out for my best interests. The other person was not. So you got to bring your A game and you got to be committed. If I wasn't committed, I would have given up and I would have missed that opportunity. And when that other person got in office, it would have been too late because that other person would have saw that I stepped down and I wasn't passionate for a while. And then I would have had to rebuild that whole relationship. The next point I want to talk to you guys about is drive and patience. So it's a really interesting duo, drive and patience. We want to move forward, but we have to be patient, right? We want to be experiencing that tenacious drive. And we also have to learn the virtue of patience, which pushes a lot of individuals towards their promises, creating a sustainable path to success. However, a lot of people get extremely frustrated because they're not where they want to be. Maybe they're playing a game on the tennis court. And I remember this phrase, and it was this: there's one game, okay, that has no respect for love. You're like, what the heck is that? Tennis. Tennis is 0. So it's 20, love. Love is 0. I thought that was a very interesting thing. So I feel that drive and patience is something we have to keep working on. Sometimes we might lose our drive and we might have to retool. We might have to look at it from another approach or another position or another viewpoint. And when we start to understand that drive is one of the key elements and patience to getting us to our success, we'll be able to move forward. And, when we think about other types of inspiration and things we can do, diving into a treasure trove of content is something I just encourage you to scan the QR code, go to believemeachieve.com for more of my amazing, inspiring creations. But when we think about drive, when we think about patience, a lot of people, do you remember the movie Star Wars and Jedi with Yoda and patience quote? Do you remember that? I'm trying to remember what it was now. Yoda's had famous sayings. Okay, he had an interesting one. When you look at the dark side, careful, you must be, for the dark side looks back. And he had very interesting ways. Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. In the dark place we find ourselves, and a little more knowledge lights our way. Train yourself to let go of everything you fear to lose. And the thing about Yoda is that he was very, how can I say, he was very unique in the way he talked to the Jedi, right? Do or not, or do or do not, there is no try. So what he's saying there is that you need to do or don't do anything. So the quote emphasizes that patience is essential and that we should not give up on our promises, right? Do or do not, there is no try. Adventure, excitement, a Jedi craves, not these things. Reminding us that patience is a virtue and that it can help us find peace and contentment. Here's another one I love. Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering, which talks that about patience can help us avoid negative emotions and consequences. Size matters not. Look at me. Judge me by my size. Do you? His words remind us that patience and perseverance are more important than the external appearances or limitations. always in motion is the future. It means we should be patient and trust that things will work out in the end. Here's another one I love. A Jedi must have the deepest commitment, the most serious mind. The quote talks about the need for perseverance and determination in the order to achieve true inner peace through patience. Truly wonderful the mind of a child is. Patience is the key to unlocking many doors. So remember, never to rush, for only then you succeed. Let me read that again. Patience is the key to unlocking many doors. So remember, never to rush, for only then can you succeed. So he's saying patience is a virtue. Take your time and don't rush, because when you don't rush, you will not miss things and you'll be able to succeed the first time. Trying is the first step to success. Believe you can and you will. Patience you must have, for hasty decisions lead to greater challenges. Patience is a path to wisdom. Be still and find your own strength. Patience is the key to victory. Be patient and you will succeed. Patience is a virtue, right? That's what we're talking about. Trying is the first step to understanding. Trying is the first step to understanding because it requires us to take action. You see, just looking at a laundry list or, thinking we're going to do something and not taking action is not going to make us successful. The greatest teacher failure is. Try again, you must. So a lot of times Jedi Knight would fail and Yoda would come up with this saying, the greatest teacher is failure. Try again, you must. It teaches us to be patient and persistent in all pursuits. Now, patience is not simply the ability to wait, but the ability to keep a good attitude while waiting. See, our attitude is what moves us forward. Our attitude is what moves us forward. I think that is a really cool thing, but a lot of people miss that. I love this one. Patience you must have, my young Padawan. Have patience and all will be revealed. Patience you must have if you want to succeed. Yoda had a lot of quotes about patience. And I think the biggest thing about Yoda is that Yoda, very small but very wise person, creature, and he just knew how to motivate the Jedi Knight. Yep. Yoda knew how to motivate the Jedi Knight. He trained a lot of Jedis. And Luke was not one of his easiest ones, because Luke was often very aggressive and he was impatient. We can learn a lot from Yoda's quotes. Yoda's wisdom is inspired by some of the top real-world philosophies. And I think Yoda quotes about life and loss are important. Age more than a count of heartbeats is. Age is how many mistakes you have made. Honor life by living. Killing honors only death, only the dark side. Attachment leads to jealousy. The shadow of greed, that is. On many long journeys have I gone, and waited too for the others to return from journeys of their own. Some return, some are broken. Some come back so different only their names remain. Death is a natural part of life. Rejoice for those around you who transform into the Force. Mourn them, do not. Miss them, do not. No longer certain that one ever does win a war. I am for in fighting the battles, the bloodshed already lost we have. Yet open to us a path remains, that unknown to the Sith, through this path victory we may yet find. No victory in the Clone Wars, but victory for all time. We are what they grow beyond. That is the true burden of all masters. You'll find only what you bring in. When 900 years old you reach, look as good you will not. Truly wonderful the mind of a child is. Great warrior, wars are not made from one great. Many of the truths that we cling to depend on our point of view. Patience you must have, my young Padawan. Smaller in number are we, but larger in mind. Many of the truths that we are clinging to depend on our point of view, and difficult to see always in motion is the future. In a dark place, we find ourselves, and a little more knowledge lights our way. And faith in your new apprentice misplaced may be, as is your faith in the dark side of the Force. And this was a long journey for Luke. When you look at the dark side, careful you must be, for the dark side looks back. These were some remarkable quotes. I mean, I cannot teach him. The boy has no patience. So certain were you, go back and closer. You must look. Each choice the branch of a tree is, what looked like a decision is after only a pattern of growth. You think Yoda stops teaching just because a student does not want to hear? A teacher Yoda is. Yoda teaches like consistently. Drink, drink, drink. He teaches like killers kill. And I mean this in a positive and loving way, that he wants you to learn. Even though he might be a little bit dismayed, he will keep teaching you until you drink the Kool-Aid. When he says the quote, I cannot teach him, the boy has no patience. He was just trying to get a reaction out of Luke, but really he was never going to stop teaching. He said something interesting. Luke Skywalker says, I can't believe it. Yoda says, that is why you fail. Name must your fear be before banish it you can. In the end, cowards are those who follow the dark side. Secret shall I tell you, Grand Master of the Jedi Order? Am I? Won this job in a raffle I did, think you. How did you know? How did you know, Master Yoda? Master Yoda knows these things. His job it is. Once you start down the dark path forever, will it dominate your destiny? You must unlearn what you have learned. Try not, do, or do not. There is no try. So if we can learn all these things from Yoda, and we can understand that these words might mean nothing to you, but as I said before, success is not a laundry list, but feelings that lead to actions. So these feelings that Yoda was able to cultivate in the young Jedi Knight got the Jedi to take the actions that the Yoda wise master wanted him to take. That is the real lesson tonight. So we learned about commitment. Okay, you've got to have commitment, and you've got to have drive and patience. Ladies and gentlemen, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's been an amazing privilege, a pleasure and honor to be with you this fantastic Saturday evening, December 2nd. I hope you'll like, love, support the channel, comment below, tag your friends, colleagues, associates, share this out with everyone you know on social media. And ladies and gentlemen, I do want to let you know, and I'm very happy and proud to let you know that just released a brand new article is your trust to secure their infrastructures. All right, guys, have an amazing night. And remember, success is a journey. It is not a destination. Success will not enter your life if you don't feel what success is. Until you can feel success in your mind, in your heart, and in every cell of your body, for then only will you be a success. I hope you guys have an amazing evening, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. All right, be well, and remember, as they said in the Jedi Master, may the Force be with you. And when it is, success will be at your call. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll talk to you real soon.